Balloon Beats.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. Listen, I know I say it every time, but we gotta go. Joined tonight by Sean Petrucci, looking as enthusiastic as ever, and Titus Xenofontos. How are we doing tonight, boys?
Fantastic.
I'm doing well. In the words of Brian DeGennaro, fantastic. Listen, we got no Yankees news though. However, we have MLB news, don't we? Apparently, there's negotiations to delay the start of the season due to COVID. Kind of stupid, in my opinion. But along with those negotiations, there's a few things that are roped into it, which include 154 game season, which I don't hate. It's like 8 less games. Like, who cares? But it looks like most of the rules and changes that they experimented with last year, they want to bring back again this year, including National League DH, which I don't hate. 7-inning doubleheaders, which I don't hate. However, the two that I am pissed off about that they want to bring back, one, the runner on second base to start extra innings. So stupid. Like, whoever came up with that idea should just be, like, banned from the game of baseball, like Pete Rose style. Like, I'm looking at you, whoever you may be. If you came up with this idea that a runner should start on second base in extra innings, you're the worst person alive. And also, expanded postseason. I think it's a terrible idea. I think it's stupid. You play 154 game season just for every team to basically make the playoffs and then get booted in a best of 3 series. It's stupid. Not a fan. What do you guys think?
I agree with both your points, but I don't see the point, to be honest. Like, why are we trying to speed up games?
Yeah.
Like every rule is to make a game like under 2 hours, 3 hours. It's ridiculous in my opinion.
What do you think, Tyler?
I agree with both of you because imagine paying close to $1,000 if you're a family of 5 going to a baseball game and it goes into extra innings and the only way the game ends is if somebody on second scores and the other team doesn't. So imagine like you pay so much money and you want extra innings, but they're just trying to cut it short because MLB wants to stop making the game longer. Like, yeah, everybody, we're so accustomed to watching 18-inning games, especially with the Yankees. There's so many instances where they went extra innings with the Chicago Cubs a couple years ago, the Boston Red Sox, and those were great games with great finishes. But the whole runner on second,
it's still a stupid format. It's a stupid ass format. Like I said, whoever came up with that idea, just ban yourself from life. Like, you suck. But shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out Bright. We got Derek in the chat. Shout out Derek. those of you, if you don't watch MYY recaps, this man produces better content than Yes Network, and I mean that with my chest. I'll say that with my chest. Better content than Yes Network. Yankees don't need Gardner, and Gardner doesn't need them. Bright, I like the way you think, my man. But shout
I
out to
feel like
everyone else
Gardner
in
does
chat.
need them though.
That's debatable. We could discuss that.
I would say Gardner needs them.
LA Yankee Gang says hi too. I know Power's a huge fan of LA Yankee Gang. Shout out to you, Justin. Shout out Lori, CJ, George, Jorge. We got the whole crew in the chat tonight. But kind of going back to the MLB format changes, I want to discuss very briefly about, let's say they do push this plan into effect, because I know the Players Union currently rejected this one, and I mean, likely so. I mean, I know I wouldn't if I was like a National League team, especially because I understand like the whole designated hitter thing for the National League. It makes a ton of sense. But to tell teams this a month before spring training is absolutely brutal. Like, they should be able to plan all off season. It would open up the market for guys like Jock Peterson, guys like Michael Brantley. Like, it would have opened the market for so many more guys to National League teams that needed DH, basically. So I think, where was I even going with that point? I was talking about the MLB offer or whatever. And then
You were saying how like late they've come out with this.
yes. So they brought up the plan now. Personally, I'm having a bad gut feeling that they are gonna like pass a plan where the expanded postseason is gonna happen.
But are you honestly surprised though? Don't you remember last year? Everybody spring training
I was just
started.
about to say, yeah.
Spring training started on time, and then they cut spring training and they delayed the season.
Different circumstances.
But they had 3 months to come up with a plan to help better the second part of the season. But they didn't come up with a deal till like a week or two before the season actually started.
I know, but like I disagree in the sense of that was a completely different situation. I mean, the MLB was like one of the first leagues to come back from COVID. So obviously it was a much more crazy process, especially because COVID was like kind of at its peak at this time. I'm not saying like COVID isn't a thing anymore, but I know a lot of people are less scared of it. Much more places around the United States are opening up. Most places are actually opening up, and things are getting somewhat back to normal. So I think at this point, I don't know why there's still confusion as to how to handle the COVID situation in MLB. They act like they didn't just play a 60-game season that I would consider pretty successful. I don't know about you guys. I know there was like a lot of shit on Rob Manfred and the protocol and everything. It's impossible to have zero outbreaks. And the fact that we only saw like big outbreaks in a few teams like the Cardinals, the Marlins, there might have been a few other like smaller outbreaks. But I think all in all, it was an awesome scenario how they were able to actually get through a 60-game season and the entirety of the playoffs without any COVID issues in the playoffs, besides the whole Justin Turner thing, obviously, but that was towards the tail end. But I think based off the 60-game season, there should be no issues at all going into the 2021 season.
That's the only thing I'll give them props to. It's that they were the first league to play at their home stadiums and travel through COVID. Mm-hmm. And they did. But the only thing is they didn't initiate having somebody watch the teams, especially for mandates, not going out and stuff until after those outbreaks. But if you really think about it, I don't think 162 games should be an issue. I don't know why you have to get rid of 8 games, but other than that, they were offered full pay. But I think the only thing players don't like is the expanded playoffs.
I wouldn't either. If I were a player, I wouldn't like it either because
I feel like owners do though.
Oh,
like,
bro,
they love that. That's why it's going to happen because
if
you're a team that's on the cusp and you get to make the playoffs and like you're going to take that.
Yeah,
the amount of money they can make. Yep.
Look at a team like the I don't know, like the Cubs for example. Where we're looking at a team that probably won't make the postseason. Yeah, the Marlins are a great example of last year. We're talking about a team that would never see the light of day in the playoffs if we're talking about regular postseason format. But with the expanded postseason, they're able to generate so much more revenue because we all know in baseball, once you get in the postseason, it's not like basketball. Like we all know that if the Knicks go up against I don't know, who's the best team in the Eastern Conference in basketball right now? The Nets?
No.
Philadelphia.
All right, so let's say they go up against the Sixers in the first round. Odds are the Knicks probably aren't getting past that. But in baseball, it's so much different where the Marlins go up against the Dodgers in a 3-game series, right? While there is a very small chance, I would say it's, other than football, it's probably the best sport where you could have an upset. So if the Marlins do get past that first round, we're talking about revenue up the ass. Like, I know that they made it to the NLDS this past year, but if they had fans in attendance, they would be gaining a shit ton of revenue. So that's why owners love this. As a fan and as a player, I'm not a fan of it, only because it makes no sense. Like, for the league, like, obviously it might be great to see Mike Trout in the postseason under these circumstances, but in the whole grand scheme of things, it's a massive season, right? We're talking about 162 games. Even if you take off 8, that's still 154. These guys are grinding an entire season just to be in the same place as a team. If the Yankees win over 100 games next year and the Baltimore Orioles win 81, they're still in the same position going into the first round. I think it may need to be reworked, maybe with like a bye for the first 2 seeds, maybe. I think that might be a little more logistically sense. But it just bothers me so much.
When are you planning on actually doing like an MTV style show where the best team gets to pick their opponent in the first round?
Yeah, that was talked about that, but there's no way. Think about how embarrassing that would be if, like, oh, we'll play the Orioles and then they sweep you.
And who would even like go on TV to say that?
Can you imagine that? Exactly.
Like Brian Cashman is like going on MLB Network. He's like, with our selection for the 2021 MLB postseason, we are selecting the Baltimore Orioles. Like, what? It's just stupid.
Well, I mean,
I'm glad that was,
What, Para?
No, like Sean said, they like, imagine if you pick the worst team and they sweep in the first round.
The memes that would come out of that would just be ridiculous. Yeah. But 162 games are meaningless if over half the league makes the playoffs. Now, with the 60-game season last year, I kind of understood it because there was obviously going to be a lot of flukes. Like the Yankees, for example. Like, we knew going into the season, the Yankees were a very good team. But then with injury, what's so funny, Para? Let me guess. Wait, let me guess. Para's looking ahead at comments, right? So Para can't contain himself because he's so far ahead. He's looking at Nick saying, Para looks like he wants to smack his gums in disgust over this. # smack. That's what you're looking at, Para. That's what I thought.
Call me red-handed, buddy.
I forgot even what I was at.
I
was talking about the Yankees last year. The Yankees last year. Yeah. So, like, we knew the Yankees were a good team. This man's slapping his butt. This isn't trivia, Para. Like, save it for Thursday. I know you won 2 weeks in a row, and like you can't really contain the gum smacking, not gun smacking, gum smacking. So just save it for Thursday. But forget the Yankee. For whatever. Like, every time I try to say it, Para just smacks his gum. So we'll just move on. Yanks need Marwin Gonzalez for a better utility guy. What do you guys think?
If we have remaining $5 million, I would give it to Marwin Gonzalez and sign him over Brett Gardner.
I was going to say, at this point, you could name me anybody, like 99% of people, and I'll say yes just because they're not Brett Gardner.
Hell, I'll even bring Hiroki Kuroda back as a backup.
Plus, Marwin Gonzalez can play in the infield, too. So
Hiroki Kuroda?
He was an underrated
pitcher,
bro. How
old is he?
Probably 40. Oh, screw it. Ted Lilly pitched
right now.
47.
Option A, Domingo Germán. B, Hiroki Kuroda.
Hiroki Kuroda all the way, bro.
Okay, I would say so. Even at this stage in his career, screw Domingo Germán.
I was going to say, whichever one doesn't.
He's a bad man, bro.
Bad man. Yo, Pat, I like the new background. Thank you, CJ. Thank you. I'm glad someone acknowledged it. I
took that picture, actually.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
When?
A couple weeks ago.
Where were you?
New York.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks. Mm-hmm. # gum smacking Para. That's his nickname now. Yo, what's going on, Jake? How are we doing tonight, my man? How are we doing?
What's up, Jake?
Did you get snow in Wisconsin too?
That's right. He's in Wisconsin. I feel like it snows there like every day. Like it's you don't have to ask him if it snowed there. Be like, did it not snow there?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Thoughts on Hader?
I mean,
I love Josh Hader.
Yeah. Build a super pen.
I think me and Jalen were kind of talking about this on the podcast the other day. Josh Hader or Amir Garrett?
Amir Garrett.
Yeah,
just because the price tag. Because like obviously he's not as good as Josh Hader, but he's good enough to where he'd be a force.
Amir Garrett would be our CC out of the bullpen.
Yeah,
he's also pisses him off. He'll fight it.
He's also a badass. So
that's why I think I would pick Amir Garrett over.
Hader. You wouldn't have to trade like top prospects.
The raw emotion of Amir Garrett, like when he strikes someone out and then he walks off the mound, like, bro, like I love that shit. Like he's literally like he could replace Tommy Kahnle's energy in the bullpen easily. I'd love that, dude. Podcast coming out tomorrow about that, by the way. Stay tuned. Can we rant on Gary Sanchez now? I feel bad.
We always do. We always rant on Gary Sanchez, I feel like.
To be honest with you, it's the funniest thing that Cashman came out on the New York Post and basically said.
I thought that was fake. I honestly thought that was fake when I first read that.
He's like, he had a horrible year. What is he surprised about being benched?
He's like, he sucks. Why is he asking questions?
That's the first time I ever heard a Yankee front office.
Who was on that live? Who was, because we went on live to talk about it. Was it just me and Jalen? I think it was just me and Jalen. But you guys put it in the chat. Listen, I read through that article, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, like how I do about the situation, but I find it very strange that Brian Cashman, this is the second time in like the past 6 months he's come out and kind of like publicly exposed a player. First, it was Gleyber Torres for showing up to summer camp out of shape, quote unquote. And now he's just roasting Gary Sanchez. They're saying, like, you were horrible. That's why you were benched.
How do you think they feel about that?
Not only that, but it's so what's that word? When, like, you say not to do something, but you do it anyway? Hypocritical. Because this is the reason why Joe Girardi was apparently fired, right? Because he was too harsh to Gary Sanchez to the media. But my thing is, at least Joe Girardi actually had discussion with Gary Sanchez, right? Because he came out and said that he was ripping Gary Sanchez to his face about his defense and how he needed to improve. I think players would respect that much more than the management going to the media and calling them out like this. I think it's stupid and childish.
Because he doesn't have to say that. He could say like, oh, yeah, we're working on Gary improving, whatever. But he doesn't have to come out and say what he said. You could say that to his face behind closed doors.
Yeah, just like...
Because if I'm Gary Sanchez right now, I'm pissed.
No, I would, bro. How do you think really Gleyber feels? Like Cashman saying that he showed up to summer camp out of shape.
Yeah.
Like what?
This is a little bit off topic, but you know how we were talking about the MLB before? So Ken Rosenthal just came out with an article. 5 women have come out and accused Mickey Callaway of having lewd behavior.
Oh, the fucking Mets, dude.
Okay.
Wow.
Is this a conversation? You want to talk about this, Power? We talk about it. Have you had any experience with Mickey Callaway?
Bro, I'm just talking about the Mets have been in a crappy situation the last couple of weeks. They fired their GM for descriptive pictures. Their owner deleted his Twitter because of having disarguments and getting personal threats, and now their former manager is being accused of having bad behavior with women.
Listen, the two situations don't really correlate to each other at all because Jared Porter just joined the organization this year. Mickey Callaway's been gone for like over a year. So I'm not going to say it's a Mets organization thing, but like it's just weird. I'm sure it's something that happens all across baseball and across life in general. Like people are just weird, like weirdos, bro. Mm-hmm. But what was I? Okay, that's what I was going to talk about. So you know how you said like if someone, like they would much rather prefer like a private discussion. So just like when Brian like sucks at trivia, like I talked to him privately. I'm like, Brian, like you're trash. You're banned from trivia like forever. Like even if you want to come back, you're banned. So I think Gary would respect like a lot more if they just had like a private discussion with him. Just saw a trade scenario for Josh Hader to the Yankees. Clint Frazier, Miguel Andujar, 2 top prospects.
Who are the prospects though?
Switch Clint for Schmidt, and I do it.
Yeah, but I feel like trading starting pitching prospects, like elite starting pitching prospects for a reliever is kind of weird.
All right, CJ's kind of exposing me now because he said you say that on stream, Pat. I kind of do. I kind of expose Brian on stream. That's and the fact that I just said it now on stream, yeah, no, okay, no, you're right, okay.
Maybe he's a hypocrite.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. I said
you're a little bit of a hypocrite. You're the biggest hypocrite of all.
Okay. So moving on here. Take it back. No, take it back. Like really quick. You do?
That's a fair point, actually. Gary made it public.
That's a conversation for another day.
Gary made it public.
Yeah, I remember he came out and he said, "I don't know why I was benched."
Yeah, but like for me, even when that first came out, I didn't know which way to go with it. Was it A, Gary's stupid, right? Or B, is there no
He's
communication within the organization? I still don't know how to take it. Because
gotta be the second one.
I might be leaning towards B, like no communication in the organization, because we saw what Boone said. He's like, I never benched Gary. Like, I would go home every night and think so hard about what to do the next day. And it's like, honestly, I consider that a pretty good Aaron Boone impression, not going to lie. But yeah, I think it's kind of ironic to say, like, you didn't bench Gary. Gary was very clearly benched in the postseason, like, very clearly. And for you, like, to not say that, like, even though Gary knows that, Cashman knows that, everyone knows that, but you won't publicly say it, it's kind of weird. Everyone's a little bit weird, especially Para, right? Smacking those gums. Yeah. And we got a Matt Finch comment. I love Matt Finch's comments. They literally just make me so happy. If Gary Sanchez is going to complain, he needs to recognize that despite multiple years of disappointing offensive numbers and poor defense, he remains the starting catcher of the Yankees, all caps. If he wants respect, it comes in the form of the continued faith and a turnaround for him, but it's time for him to succeed rather than being upset with the manner in which performance is addressed. Matt, you love my mind because you're always inside of it. Listen. Farrah, don't look confused. Don't look confused. I agree 1,000%. I think it's time for everyone to start taking some sort of accountability in the organization. I just feel like whenever there's something that goes bad, it's always like everyone's pointing fingers, right? It's like when the Yankees started sucking last year and Brian Cashman had to go over to Buffalo to talk to the team, there was no accountability for anybody. We didn't hear anyone say like, yes, like the only person that I remember saying like, I need to step up and do better was Garrett Cole, a guy who like wasn't even doing poorly at all. So it's like, at what point do we see like Brian Cashman be like, yes, I need to assemble the best team possible?
I think Voit did also.
Yeah, Voit did too. And like, we're talking about guys that were like the best players on the team.
Exactly.
Not really an issue. I'd like to see Aaron Boone say, I'd like to set like a better mentality in the clubhouse, or Cashman, like the ringleaders need to take responsibility, even if they're not their fault. Because as much as we shit on Aaron Boone, I don't think a lot of the Yankees' struggles last season were on his shoulders. They had a lot of injuries, a lot of players underperformed, but I still think it's fair for him to take accountability, even if it's not his fault. That's just like, I'm going back to relating it to us, throwing Brian under the bus. When Brian sucks at trivia, I'll take accountability for it because Brian is under my trivia umbrella. Like, I train him and he still sucks. So it's like, at that point, I take accountability.
Brian does have one win in trivia, though.
That's true.
He's a win now?
Well, no, it was old.
It was during the offseason.
Yeah. Back when, like, we had, like, the fake trivias.
It was actually Brian's idea of trivia when we first started.
It was,
and
yeah.
And then he got his host rights taken away because he started talking about the Highlanders.
Yeah, Parrot, did you know why you were benched?
No idea.
No.
I think you're getting me confused with my twin.
No, Gary, right? Yeah. Everyone thinks Parrot looks like Gary. Yeah. I think on one hand, Gary should have known, but it seems like a bigger issue that the Yankees don't communicate with their players. I think, yeah, I think I would agree with that full-heartedly. It's a little bit of both, but probably leaning a little bit more towards communication, which, like, with the addition of Boone, I assumed communication would become great because he was like a player's manager, right? So there shouldn't be these communication issues. If your manager is your best friend, you should be able to talk to him about whatever.
Very true.
Boone thought he should make better candy necklaces. Yeah, Luke said it. Yeah, Luke said he takes accountability. But then again, like Luke was also the one who said the Yankees were like definitely winning Game 5 or something. Like, didn't he come out and say that? And then
he was like the team's leader last year. So like, if anyone had anything to say, like he was the one who came out and said it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got another Matt Finch comment. Let's go. Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman. I also like these comments because it kind of chops off half Para's face. I'm a big fan of that.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman have jobs because players are successful. The players they put in positions to prove them correct. They're betting on Gary again, and their own jobs are the chips on the table. Boone has made the playoffs every year and yet is still in the hot seat. So if Sanchez can't perform, he might be out. The complaining, therefore, is as egocentric as it gets.
Preach,
Matt. Preaching.
Yep.
I think the two top prospects for the Hader trade was the number 2 prospect for you guys.
Is that Clark?
Which would be...
I think it's Clark.
I wouldn't give up Frazier, Andujar, and Clark.
All right, well, I don't give a shit about Andujar. He can go.
But you don't like Andujar, the left fielder?
I was just saying, like, he has no value for the Yankees right now.
He's the utility guy.
No value.
What utility guy? Utility guys can actually like play the field, multiple positions.
I think that was a joke.
Para has jokes.
I am a joke, so.
Oh my god, that took such a dark turn.
All
right, moving on.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, "I am a joke." Like, okay, Para, like, let's have a therapy session after this, I guess. Like,
our number 2 prospect is Schmidt.
And screw Machado for making Dustin Pedroia retire. How did Machado make him retire? Because he slid into his leg or something?
I think he hurt him, yeah. Not on purpose. Or maybe it wasn't purpose. I don't really remember.
It could have been. But then again, it's baseball. Like, oh, God. Nick said Para's joke is his gum smacking.
Very true.
And the caterpillar eyebrows. Both of those work out pretty well. I don't think I've talked to you guys about this on live since... Yeah, because it's been like a week since you guys came on. But did we talk about the whole Tanaka going back to Japan thing?
No.
I know I talked about it with Kyle last week, but we can mention it really quickly here. Do you guys think he's going to be coming back eventually? Because it seemed like his press conference was like left very open-ended. Like it seemed like
I do.
What I took away from it was he wanted to come back to the Yankees, but they didn't really want him back.
I think his contract in Japan is for 2 years.
Yeah.
No, it's 1 year. I thought it was 1.
I thought it was 2.
I thought it was 1. Well, either way, 1 or 2. I mean, it's very short term, so it's like maybe he said to the Yankees, like, "I want to come back. I'm going to go over there. You guys can figure out your financial situation, and like, if it works out, I'll come back." Something like that, you know.
That's so sad, bro. This is you guys ever see The Notebook?
I miss him. No.
This is like the movie The Notebook. Hopefully, we find Tanaka again later on in life.
I mean, his wife said, "I hope to see you guys soon."
I love Tanaka.
She loves New York. His wife.
Do you have like insider information? Or?
I listen to R2C2 a lot, and they talk about it.
No, I didn't know you had like a personal connection to his wife or.
No.
Sean will take her out to dinner every week while Masahiro is on the road.
All right.
Okay.
No.
He could be listening to this. We don't.
Jesus. All right. Guys, have you seen Schmidt's recent bullpen sessions? I have not. Have you guys?
I saw a couple videos. Yeah, he looks good. He's got a very nasty 2-seam fastball.
Do you think you could hit it?
Not a chance. No.
All right. $1 million on the line. Step in the box against Chapman. You get 3 straight heaters. Do you think you're touching it?
No.
No?
I bet
is this like peak? Is this like peak midsummer Chapman, or is this like April in the rain Chapman?
Or is this
like, are we talking like 102, or are we talking 97?
Does it matter?
Kind of.
I mean, like a little bit.
I don't think it does, Sean.
Well, 97 gives you a better chance.
If you're not touching, like, I don't even think I'd touch 90.
Listen. No, neither am I.
I don't even know if I'd touch 90.
I don't even know if I would touch 85 at this point in my baseball career.
I bet if Brandon was in the chat right now, like talking with us, he said, "Yeah, I could hit him."
Oh, if Brandon was on live right now, this is Brandon. Yeah.
Hell, I don't even
like 105. Like, what are you talking about,
bro? I don't even need 3 pitches. I can do it in 1 pitch.
See a left field sign? Over it, way over it. Hashtag shut up, Brandon in the chat. Paxton had a workout for scouts, but hasn't signed yet.
Because I think Paxton's like 1 pitch away from getting Tommy John.
Paxton, 1 year, $1 million. Do you do it?
Yes.
Yeah, right? I'd probably do it too.
I think he goes.
Julio. What's up, Julio in the chat? Let's go, Julio. Julio lives in Miami, South Beach.
Love that.
Yeah, must be nice. Dealing with 2 feet of snow, but that's okay. Just have fun in Miami, Julio. If it's a playoff game, I'll take him deep. That's fair, Mike. That's really fair. If it's like a do or die game too, times those odds by 10.
He'll lose the control, so you're good.
I'd probably get hit by Chapman's fastball knowing my luck. Jake, I love the positivity.
That would fucking hurt.
Now, where would you want to take it? Like the back?
I'll take it. I'll take it in the thigh.
No, because then you can't. I don't know where I would take it. Pause.
All right, we should. Let's move on. Yeah, no, let's move on. Okay. Damn, the struggle is real for me right now. The first day of the semester, classes from 12 to 5. 3 live streams I'm watching now, and just finished some homework. Yo, can you guys grow up? I'll wait. Let it out.
Go ahead. I'm good.
I'm dealing with children.
Bro, you're like 12. Who are you talking about children?
I'm 20. I'm 20.
So am I.
Exactly. Power, you're the only one that's like 40 here. Yeah, hashtag grow up.
I'm 50. I'm 50.
You telling me nobody else in the chat right now just laughed?
No one.
I find that hard to believe.
You think Chapman beams Altuve when we play the Astros next year?
I don't even think he beams him. I think he just walks up to Altuve and smacks him right across.
God, I want to see like a Yankees-Astros brawl next year.
Oh, my goodness. Bregman.
I think Chapman would easily be the guy to do it.
Yeah. I can
also...
Yeah, because CC would be the guy, but obviously not.
Since
there's no one on the Yankees that would do it.
Since we're on the topic of brawls, right? I think this is a very fair topic to discuss. Do we think that the Yankees-Rays rivalry is still going to be a thing next year, or do we think that like things are going to cool off since like the Rays kind of eliminated us from the playoffs, or you think like tensions are still going to be high?
I think tensions are still going to be high.
Like you think the whole Broso Chapman thing, like that's still going to hang over? I got a stable of 98. Like
I kind of think that was put to rest last season when
I think so too.
You know, it was a very poetic ending.
It was
like this. So no, I don't think it's gonna.
I mean, if you really think about it, didn't the Rays did play New York, right after they beat us, and they kept still mocking us right after they lost, after they won. So
deservingly so.
I'm saying.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
well
but
deserved.
I think it's like one of those things where like no one's gonna go into the game thinking, all right, how am I gonna fight him?
No, but I think if tensions arise during a game,
saying if it's like a hit by a pitch or something, obviously there's gonna be talk about it, and then like a team could retaliate, and then boom, it starts all over again.
Yeah, but also like I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting because going into next season, Yankees got the Astros and the Rays. They're going to be gunning for heads, gunning for necks. Listen, I'm excited. Just saying. Who's the worst umpire in your guys' opinion?
Angel Hernandez.
Is that even like a question?
No.
Angel Hernandez, I put you in the same class as the guy who invented the runner on second base rule.
Joe West is up there too.
Yeah, I mean, after the Nelson Cruz selfie, I kind of don't hate him as much.
Okay, but like Joe West is one of those guys where it's just like, I don't know. It's all about him.
That man has a massive chin.
He's not as bad of an ump as Hernandez is, though.
True.
Who was that one ump that was really, really, really good in the playoffs? He had like a crazy good, like one of those like umpire score things.
The thing is, I never know the name of good umpires, but I know who you're talking about. It was one of the Rays games, I believe.
It's one of those jobs where if we know who you are, you're bad.
Yeah. Okay, Para. We just lost Para, but that's okay.
I'm all right with
Moving on. We didn't like Para anyway. It's fine. Yeah. I might have just given him the boot. Oh, it was Trumpain, right? Trumpain.
Was it? No, it wasn't Trumpain, was it?
Are you sure? Para, what was that guy's name? The umpire. Something Trumpain.
I don't know if he's saying that to what we were saying or if...
No, that was a good one. Oh, John Trumpain.
It was a good one?
Yeah, I remember he was a good one. Yeah, John Trumpain.
CB Buckner. He fucking sucks too.
CB Buckner, yeah, he's trash. Yeah,
he's really, really bad. He was the ump for the what was that one playoff game where it was just ridiculous?
If I'm playing with the Yankees, I brawl with them every time. Can you even brawl on MLB The Show? No? Okay. No one answer me. That's fine.
Not the show.
Myself, I guess.
You gave me no. Hold on. Was he talking about MLB the Show, or was he talking about if he was on the if he were playing the Yankees?
Like MLB the Show. Or he might be talking about real life. I don't know.
You can't brawl in that game now.
Which is a shame. It's like a series.
You ever played
It was MVP baseball. MVP
played,
baseball. You could use to charge them. You could charge them out.
And you could like light on fire.
Yeah, great game.
Like, legendary game.
Great
Legendary ass game. Let's see.
You know who else is a good umpire?
Oh God.
His name is Brendan Miller.
Why are you smiling? Who is that?
Because it's a dude Boone got into a fight with, and then later apologized.
It was so suspicious. Power was like, you know who else is a good umpire? Brandon Miller. I'm like, all right, chill. Like, damn. Guys, speaking of umpires, pray we get automated strike zone soon. Judges' productivity would go up 15 to 20%. What do you guys think?
No.
If he can stay healthy.
No. I agree with the judge part of it, but I don't want robo umps.
Let's see.
Think about it. Dudes would hit like 400. Think about how well DJ would hit if he had an auto strike zone.
Yeah, I guess. When you guys were talking about the Rays, so I guess he was talking about real life then.
Exactly.
Yeah, they should make a new Slugfest though.
I don't even know what the last one was. I had like 2004. I don't know if they made another one.
Isn't he the dude that Patrick looks like? Who do I look like? Tom Payne?
No, I think he's talking about the guy that Para was just talking about.
Brandon Miller? I look like him? Is it Brandon Miller?
Brennan,
yeah.
Brennan. I'm gonna be honest. I look absolutely nothing like this dude. I don't see it. Just saying. Yeah, listen, if you think I look like Miller, like, more power to you, but I don't see it. Think of Para's gone again. Okay, Para. Like, whatever, dude. Think of how many low balls get called for strikes.
Well, yeah. No, it's definitely annoying. I just think like the game would be so much different if there was an auto strike zone or something.
Wait, who would win in a fight? Brett Gardner and Pat?
Brett Gardner would destroy Pat.
I don't think so.
In a fist fight?
I mean, he's got the size. I'll give him that. Like, have you seen the dude's forearms?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a professional athlete. He'll beat your ass.
I know, but I don't know.
Verbal battle, I'll give you the edge. But
verbal battle, I would destroy him.
Although I heard he's quite like the jokester, prankster, so maybe he would.
Yeah, I mean, listen, thinking about it, like, I'd like to think that I would destroy Brett Gardner, but the dude's pretty fucking yoked. I would train my hardest, but Brett Gardner might get the best. Actually, I'd knock Brett Gardner's. I'd knock him out.
No.
I'd knock him out. Whatever. No, I'm never doubting myself, bro. I don't care how big his forearms are. Look at my forearms.
I'd bet the house on Brett Gardner.
Wow, that's messed up. No, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
are you guys watching the Caribbean World Series?
No.
Do I even add Para back to the call?
One more chance.
Para, you get one more shot, bro. And now he's on his phone.
Oh, he's on his phone.
The reason why I'm on my phone is because there's something wrong with my computer. They're saying I have no Wi-Fi connection. So,
can you like? So, Para, we could just finish off without you, honestly.
Damn, that's painful.
Okay, I'm sorry, Para.
All right,
bye, Para. What is going on, dude? What was I even looking at? Oh yeah, the Caribbean World Series. I wouldn't even know where to watch that, to be honest.
I did see what's his face? Yeah, Mendy, or whatever his name is, pitch. I didn't realize he throws like 99. That's pretty good.
Yeah, right. I think Yadier Molina is playing there.
He's got really good stuff. No, yeah, the lineup he faced, it's like literally like a big league lineup.
Do I take steroids just to beat Brett Gardner in a fight? I think it might be worth it.
I still think you lose.
Think about Gardner's quick twitch fibers. The dude would be lightning quick in a fight.
That too. Yeah.
You
He's
know,
also just. I feel like he's just a freak.
yeah, I feel like he
Like
would
he's just like he's just like an animal. Like once
like
he
kill switch engaged, and then like the dude just
Yeah.
fucking snaps like a tiger. But maybe we could do like a little pay-per-view thing. Like everyone pay like $5, and then you could watch me fight Brett Gardner. I think people would actually pay to see that. Brandon referee.
I think people would. You could probably charge more than $5.
We might be able to charge more
I
than
would probably pay like.
all for charity too.
I'd pay like $25 to watch Brett Gardner beat your ass.
Why are you gonna word it like that? Charity
that would
boxing
just-
fight. Charity boxing fight. Brett Gardner, if you're watching this, I'm down. I'm down. I'll take a.
You're telling me if he popped up in this chat right now with a time and a place,
Yes.
you'd say yes and you'd go
Yes.
do it.
Bro, that's such a great opportunity.
Bare knuckle or
No,
Boxing
I'm
gloves.
not doing bare knuckle.
boxing gloves?
Yeah, we do gloves.
Okay.
We do like 16-ounce gloves.
All right.
I don't know. I'll bet money on Brian beating. No, let's not get ahead of ourselves. No. If we're talking a boxing match, no, I'm beating Brian. Like, listen, Brett Gardner, I could understand like why you guys might doubt me, but me versus Brian, I'm doing. Yeah, Brian's going down. You don't think so? Sean?
Cashman. Oh, I don't really know anything about Brian's fighting abilities. So.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
Like, is he taller than you? Does he work out?
Brian, I think we're about the same size. I would say
That'd
we're
be-
about the same size.
I would say that would be a pretty fair fight.
It would be a pretty fair fight, yeah.
Yeah.
Cashman would beat up Pat. No, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You don't know what he does with his money. What if he
Aaron
trades
Judge,
it?
though, would destroy me, though.
Okay,
like,
well, that wouldn't really.
That's, like, not even a competition. Like, Aaron Judge would, one hand behind his back, he'd probably demolish me.
He
Same
would
thing with
headbutt
Stan.
you. He wouldn't even need his hands. He'd headbutt your ass.
No, he would just, like, shoulder. No, he'd hit me with his shoulder. I'd be done for.
Or he's like 6'7". He could probably just kick you.
Ooh, Gardner versus my friend AJ. Like, Gardner would absolutely destroy him. Absolutely destroy him. If Dominguez proves to be the real deal, what's more likely? They move Hicks or lean hard toward not re-signing Judge when he's ready to make the money? I would probably say move Hicks.
Move Hicks, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. By the time Dominguez is up here, what would we say, like maybe like 3 years? He's 17, right? So maybe like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Hicks
I
will
would say,
have like what, 3 more years left on his deal?
Yeah, and
That's still very movable.
I think he
but-
will be pretty movable if he stays healthy. That's the thing.
Yeah, but
I would kind of put Hicks in like the Starlin Castro area. In,
Yeah, but-
like 3 years when
Yeah.
Dominguez is ready to come up.
yeah. I wrote about possibly trading Hicks, and even the thing is, like with his injury history, the contract is so good, teams would take a chance.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Brian seems to be ripped. I don't think so. I don't think Brian's ripped. I hate to break it to you. Agent Rachel Luba will be Pat. You know, she probably would because I would not swing on her. Like I just wouldn't.
just saying, if she comes at you first, you could.
That's true. But
Or if it's agreed upon beforehand, like, yeah, we're doing a
I
charity
still
match.
wouldn't sign up
Charity.
for that.
Okay,
bro.
yeah. I probably wouldn't either. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't sign up for that.
That's a lose.
Dominguez versus Pat.
Okay.
He would destroy me. He listen, when I encounter like a realistic scenario like this, like I'm the first one to admit, yes, he would destroy me. Like Jason Dominguez would destroy anyone on the Unhinged team. Like Brandon probably would get snapped in half. I don't know if he'd be able to walk after that. Dominguez won't see the Bronx until 2023 midseason at earliest. That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, for sure, yeah, because he'd be like 20.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get called up at. I mean, let's say he goes and he plays minor league baseball for 2 years. He completely lights it up. You can come up at 19.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
possible. I
It's
don't think
possible.
they won't rush him though.
Just a lot will have to go right for that.
They
to
won't
happen.
rush him, and they'll manipulate the shit out of his service time. So
Yeah. Peter versus Pat. I put my money on Peter. Julio, that's fair. Because Peter is a Marine. I'm not really a Marine.
is
So I
that
don't know.
Warzone? Is that Warzone?
Yeah, that's Warzone Peter. So yeah, it's a fair argument. He was joking about the. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate that. Yo, Futai, what's
There you
going
go,
on,
Futai.
Futai? There we go, Futai. You know, I miss Davo. You remember Davo?
Yeah, it's the grape guy, right?
Yeah, squish Brandon's head like
Literally one night, never came back.
That makes it so legendary, though.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, that's perfect. I don't know if he did that on purpose, but
If he would have came back after that, like, it just wouldn't be the same.
He would have
Like, he's
came
just a
back.
legend now.
Exactly.
The man, the myth, the legend. No one betting that Dominguez would knock Pat out in 1 second. I think I might last maybe.
I give Pat 5 seconds just because you can, when it starts, you could run, and then eventually he'll catch you. So
I'd give myself a little, maybe I'd say a round. Yeah, I'll take a round. Like, I'm not gonna get Nate Robinson.
No, a round.
Yeah, I'd take a round,
Dude.
Bro. Like, what's that? Like 5 minutes?
The over under for that fight would be like 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Oh shit! I'd have my corner throw in the towel. Like after the first punch, like nope, Jason, I'm sorry, not happening. Hopefully Dominguez isn't using PEDs. That took a turn. I hope not too. Like
every time I see him, like a video of him just hitting baseballs, I think that guy, if he's roided up,
bro. My only thing is like we always say this, but he's like a strained calf muscle waiting to happen.
Yeah, he's literally a strained oblique in his debut. Like, wait, that
strained everything. Like, it's not even funny because, like, I think hopefully, like, the Yankees like can condition him so like he's not built like just like a tank. Maybe he can like lose some weight. Hopefully, like just become like more agile. I guess. But I don't know. I just don't want him to get hurt.
I know obviously he's gonna get hurt at some point. Everybody does, but.
My mom is a nurse and thinks he's either lying about his age or is using roids. Listen, I had this conversation. I forgot with who on live, but it's possible like he could be lying about his age.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, it was you, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say he's lying about his age, but like, it's not something we haven't seen in baseball before, right?
I'd much rather him be lying about his age than using steroids.
But I mean, bro, like that dude's 17. Like, really? You want to see a picture of me when I was 17? Like,
not really.
Remember that the Martian was actually a catcher for a long time? I know.
Who knows? Maybe the guy goes into he knew like whenever he signed with the Yankees or before that, he knew he was going to play baseball, so he just got ripped.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if he is like 21, it's not like he's like 40.
Yeah, but like, why even lie? I don't.
Well, because I mean, it would expand his career by a point.
Well, yeah, I know, but why would you risk that? Is my point.
Because how are they going to find out? Like, who's ever going to find out if he is lying about his age? Like, now we're on like conspiracy theories here. Like, I'm sure Jason Dominguez actually is 17, but like, I could understand why people would assume not, right?
I don't know. I get why he would lie, but at the same time, why would you risk it? Because if that comes out, the dude.
Wait, Florial lied? I didn't know that.
He's not even good and he lied.
That's true. Jason Dominguez, the second coming of the drunk guy from the bench warmers. I am 12. I am 12. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap things up for us tonight. We got on a bunch of different tangents. We lost Para. That's okay though, because Para wasn't really a make or break decision of the show. But I am gonna put the Twitch link in the chat. Jesus,
there you go.
Got that out.
There you go.
I am going live on Twitch in like 5 minutes, so stay tuned for that. I don't know what we're gonna play, probably Warzone or something. But yeah, appreciate everyone for stopping by. We will be live tomorrow night. Once again, podcast dropping on the Unhinged Yankees YouTube channel about Amir Garrett tomorrow at 12. Appreciate you all. You guys know the deal. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Have a good night, and let me know if you're interested. Pat versus Cashman, charity boxing event. Let's go.
So does Brett Gardner.
Out, everyone. Yeah, but like Brett Gardner, that would be a tough one. Brett Gardner's Jack.
Pat versus Brian.
Speaking of Brian,
because you could actually make that happen.
Speaking of Brian, we'll see you guys next time.
We cannot wait until Brett Gardner's number is retired. It's just he's going to be in the festival in Monument Park. He's going to be waving